When it comes to relationships in the modern world, many men have second thoughts about getting serious with a modern woman. Most men are drawn to the fake beauty of the modern woman, but the Sigma man is well aware of what lies beneath. Sigma man is independent, smart, and doesn't just simply follow or fit in with what most people do. He doesn't put up with a modern woman's attitude or treat her like a goddess. Even though the list of reasons why Sigma males avoid modern women could go on and on. Here are the top 12. They'll fall for any man with lots of money. Sadly, it's not unusual for modern women to fall in love with a man who has a lot of money. They're often too easily fooled by a man's money and flashy gifts, even if he doesn't have any other traits they like. It's common enough for Sigma males to shy away from such relationships, even though this may not be true for all women. These women choose men not by their hearts, but by how much money they have. This is a big red flag and a sign of her lack of self-worth, according to a Sigma man. There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be financially stable, but modern women often lack emotional security and are too willing to give up their real values for money. Whether it's a handbag they want or a luxurious trip, they often make decisions based on material things that Sigma men don't like. Not only is it a big turnoff, but it also shows that the woman lacks character. They are overly focused on appearance. Most of the time, these women are obsessed with getting the perfect Instagram selfie and following the latest beauty trends without thinking about how extreme diets and plastic surgery might affect their health. Because they are more interested in a woman's inner beauty than her outward appearance, Sigma males find this to be unattractive. Taking care of one's body and looking decent are, of course, important. But Sigma men prefer women who are confident in themselves and don't worry too much about superficial things like beauty standards. While these women are quick to attack their looks, Sigma males find this insecurity to be very off-putting. This obsession with her looks often spills over into other parts of her life, and Sigma males don't want to invest in her shallow concerns. They have too many expectations of men. Modern women tend to have very high standards for men, and they often look for the right partner. Whether that means being rich, good-looking, or smart, these women have unrealistic expectations of any possible partner they may have. Sigma males don't agree with this impossible goal because they don't believe in the idea of perfection. They don't want to live up to someone else's expectations and would rather have a relationship based on shared respect and understanding. High standards are good, but expecting perfection is just not possible. They don't want to be put in a box or made to feel bad about themselves because of their appearance or lack of money. This is why Sigma men often shy away from modern women and prefer to be with someone whose demands are more reasonable. They try to control their partner's actions and decisions a lot. Some women can be too bossy and try to tell their partner what to do and what not to do. Sigma males can't stand this kind of controlling attitude. They want a woman who gives them the freedom to think and make decisions for themselves without constantly getting in the way. A relationship should be based on respect for each other, not on one person trying to be in charge of the other. Sigma men don't want to be in a situation where they are constantly told what to do and how to act, because it will only lead to anger and resentment. They much prefer a partner who accepts their judgment and lets them make their own decisions without any pressure or trickery. When faced with this type of behavior, Sigma males frequently distance themselves or end the relationship altogether. They don't understand what independence means. Modern women often depend too much on men, either financially or mentally, and are too quick to give up their freedom in exchange for protection. Sigma males don't find this lack of independence attractive because they like it when a woman is strong, resilient, and able to take care of herself. A Sigma man won't commit to a woman who is looking for someone else to take care of her or fill a hole in her life. He wants to be with someone who is confident in herself and who can handle life's difficulties without constantly needing support. This lack of independence is often present in this type of woman, which makes it difficult for Sigma men to take such relationships seriously. Although it's great to have a partner to support you, modern women tend to take this dependence too far, which Sigma males won't stand for. They can't stop using their phones and social networks. Many women are constantly looking through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook on their phones. As a Sigma man, he values his privacy and won't put up with anyone who isn't present in the moment. He doesn't need to constantly get approval from other people or check his phone. If he sees that a woman is more interested in her phone than in their relationship, he will probably distance himself from the situation. When you have a strong bond with someone, you can put aside the worries of everyday life and focus on each other. Even though it's reasonable that some women depend on their personal brands to make a living, it can sometimes go too far. Sigma men don't find it attractive to try to look perfect online, and they will often find someone else who is more focused on the present. They take things way too personally and make a big deal out of nothing. Some women are too quick to judge and get hurt by things that weren't meant to hurt them. Sigma males can't stand this kind of oversensitivity. They don't want to be afraid of saying the wrong thing and making the woman angry all the time. When someone is constantly on edge, it is difficult for them to value honesty and openness in relationships. If a woman takes everything too personally or is easily hurt, how can a man trust that she won't take things out of context or make them bigger than they really are? This hypersensitivity makes it difficult for Sigma to open up and be himself, which is why he often chooses partners who aren't as dramatic. In case things do work out, they keep in touch with their exes for too long. Most of the time, Sigma males are done with their past relationships and don't want to stay in touch with their exes. They don't want to be in a situation where they constantly compare themselves to someone from the past or feel like they aren't good enough for the woman they are with now. The Sigma man will not want to stay in a relationship if a woman is still in contact with her exes in case they can work things out. It is difficult to trust someone who isn't fully committed to moving on, but he values loyalty and trust. Because of this, he often chooses to end things instead of staying in a relationship where he doesn't feel safe. Even though not every woman who maintains contact with her ex is doing so with bad intentions, Sigma men will still stay away if they feel any remaining doubt or hesitancy. They don't value what they already have, and instead focus on what they don't have or what they want more of. A lot of women tend to take the things they have for granted. This can be anything from having a stable job to living comfortably and enjoying expensive trips. Sigma males won't put up with someone who doesn't respect what they already have, because that sends the message that nothing is ever enough. A Sigma man who values happiness and living in the present will never be happy with this. It's normal to want more out of life, but a Sigma wants to be with someone who can also enjoy and be grateful for what they already have. It's great to want something bigger and better, but people shouldn't lose sight of what's right in front of them. If a woman can't stop and enjoy the moment, this is a big warning sign that she's a Sigma. In conversation, they lack depth. What could be worse than a partner who is constantly talking but never saying anything meaningful? Sigma males are drawn to women who have depth and intelligence, so they won't be interested in someone who just talks non-stop without adding anything to the conversation. They want someone who has real ideas and thoughts, not just small talk that doesn't mean anything. It's like the saying, it's not about what you say, it's about what you mean. Someone who can fill a room with sound without putting much thought into it won't impress a Sigma man. He wants someone who can think critically and knows when to be quiet and listen. An attractive quality in the eyes of the Sigma is the ability to explain what you think and why. If a woman lacks this, she probably won't be worth the trouble. They tend to think they're right. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, but anyone who acts like the world owes them something turns Sigma males off. Having a sense of entitlement isn't attractive at all, and it can lead to mistakes and fights. Someone who is expecting the world to serve them won't get very far with them because they value hard work and respect. In their eyes, being humble and thankful goes a long way. A Sigma man knows it's important to stand up for yourself, but he wants someone who can do it without expecting anything in return. Sigma will be wary of a woman's plans and choose to stay away if she is constantly looking for benefits or special treatment men. Lack of mental development is a problem. Being emotionally grown doesn't mean that a woman will never feel sad or vulnerable, but it does mean that she can deal with her emotions in healthy ways. Due to the stresses of society, this is something that many modern women have trouble with. Sigma males are looking for someone who has found their own way to deal with life's ups and downs without having a breakdown over everything. Sigma men are extremely independent, but they also want strong emotional ties and need someone who can meet them on that level. There is no way a Sigma can trust a woman's emotions in an adult man. This doesn't mean that all modern women lack mental development, but it is something to be aware of. They need someone who won't take advantage of their weakness or use it as an excuse for her own insecurities, because Sigma males tend to be more guarded with their feelings. If a woman can show that she is emotionally stable and aware, she might be able to win over a Sigma man.